We are finishing off the week with our weekly yoga session. I don't know if I actually mentioned that I had kind of switched up my training routine a little bit this year. I decided that on top of my weighted exercise, I wanted to ensure that I was including one cardiovascular session. There were times that I was doing 2 or 3, but I just want to do one, and one yoga session. The reason for this is because I want to try to maximize on my weight training, and I want to try and build on muscle, and too much running won't be great for that. However, I do of course want to keep my cardiovascular in check. So one cardio session a week is what I'll be doing moving forward, along with one yoga session. Yoga was something that Lids and I just did kind of like intermittently. There was no sort of structure to it. But I've decided that it's really, really good for keeping my body in good form for weight training. So the stretching, it keeps for good posture, and ultimately I found that it reduces my chances of injury, which I am more prone to now I'm getting older. So this morning, Lids and I are going to start the day with a yoga session. But before we do that, Lids wanted to jump on the spin bike, and how long do you want to do?
Half an hour.
Half an hour of spin. So I thought, well, I'm not just going to sit around and wait, I may as well do some weight training whilst I wait. During the week, I didn't get a chance to really hit my arms, so I'm just going to be working on my arms, doing some triceps and biceps, and then when Lids is finished, we'll get down and dirty with yoga. We won't be getting down and dirty.
Really? I quite like the idea of that.
We'll be getting busy doing our yoga, which I think we're probably going to be doing yin.
Yeah, I just find it so much more beneficial when I do a yin yoga. It hurts more, but it's
nice, feels good. So yeah, we'll do some yin yoga and then get showered up, head out for a walk, and then this afternoon I have a men's fashion fall winter show with Todd's, which is a digital event of course, so I need to make sure that I'm down on the desktop ready for that. So no slacking today, we'll get busy. Well, that's our quick 20-minute session over. We're going to get busy doing yoga. Just a quick one actually, the grey sweatpants that I'm wearing today. These are Nike, and they're their men's yoga pants. I believe I got them off ASOS, so really comfortable, great for yoga. They've got quite a low crotch on them, which means you've got lots of movement, really stretchy as well, which is great. But I've also put on the neon candles. These are the sleep candles, which it's obviously morning, so we don't want to be relaxing and getting too tired, but I'm sure our walk later will wake us up. But yeah, we've put these on because it's actually really nice to have the room smelling lovely when you're doing yoga. Lids has put the mats down. She's just going for a plain mat. I've gone for this lavender soft mat to do yoga on this morning, and we'll probably stick it on the TV, and we'll probably do a 45-minute yin yoga session. Yeah, should be zen. So we have the family join us for yoga this morning. Lydia's made herself a passion fruit.
And Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt breakfast. And I've still got my eggs on toast with my pepper sauce and coffee. Good morning, Porter. Fresh out the shower and ready to get busy creating a little bit of content ahead of today's Todd's Fall Winter 2021, and I think it's 2022 men's collection. Unfortunately, Lids and I have just received some pretty bad news regarding Lydia's family. Unfortunately, it appears that her grandfather, her nono, is in his care home and he's caught COVID, and he is currently on a ventilator, which could mean he's in an induced coma. We're not sure, we haven't found out or got any more information. It's Lydia's nonna, the one that has Alzheimer's, so it's really tough to sort of envision him laying there with nobody around him, none of his family, to comfort him and make sure he's okay. But I guess all you can do is make a little prayer for him and hope that he's okay and he's as comfortable as possible. But yeah, it certainly lowered the mood a little bit today. Lydia's really upset, as you can imagine. So yeah, I think the walk today is going to do us a world of good, because it's going to give us a chance to get out in the fresh air. But I'm going to bring you along and show you how I'm creating just a couple of stories for my Instagram that are going to go live today, right now. My idea, my concept, is to create a little feel around the digital event that's going to be taking place, and of course share a link with everybody on Instagram, so if they want to join along and watch the live stream of the presentation, then they can do that. So my idea is quite simply to take the invitation card and float it in the air and film it spinning around. I'll be able to add a swipe up link to the show, which is going to be going live today at 3 p.m. So to do so, I need my sellotape, some fishing line, and in this instance, because this is a little piece of cardboard, I'm going to actually use a threaded needle that you probably can't see, and I'm actually going to stick it into the top of the cardboard, then have the fishing line come out here. The reason why I'm doing this is because when I'm masking out the fishing line so you can't see it, it's just going to make my job a lot easier, as opposed to trying to put some sellotape on and then try and work out how I can hide the fact that you can see sellotape on this itself. The sellotape aspect is going to be because I'm going to float it from the bookshelf, so I'm going to take the top of the fishing line to the bookshelf and then the needle goes into the actual floating object. I thought I'd show you a little BTS. To start off, I don't know if you can see, tripod over here, I've got my mobile phone because I'm going to start it off by lighting a candle in the room, and then we'll go into this floating object element, and then I might take a picture as well, and then that would be my stories, and then I'll go ahead and share a couple of my favourite looks from the presentation itself, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to get busy doing that now whilst Lydia's getting ready to go out for a walk, and then I don't need to worry about it, and we can make sure that we get back on time ready for the presentation itself.
Things that we should,
So this is the playback, and what I want to make sure is that the slow motion takes place at the right time. So I want it to, I've gone into edit and then I'm dragging through on the phone where I want the slow motion to start. This will be the first video that I'll be using on my stories. I've left a little bit of space just above the frame here to make sure I'm not covering up what I'm doing, but I can put some text with some information. And what we've done is we've slowed down the smoke element of the shot as opposed to the match lighting. Yep, happy with that. So now we're moving on to the next. Invite to be floating around like this, just above the candle around about here. So I'm going to get the components that I spoke about a second ago. I did forget to mention, obviously you're going to need scissors to cut the fishing line. To kick things off, first things first. It's always a worry, isn't it, where you don't know where the needle is. I'm going to stick the needle right into the corner of it. Doesn't look like I need the sellotape, just chucked a couple of books on top. Now I'm going to show you a little trick here that if you ever do this technique might be game changing in your editing and the results that you get. So as you can see the fishing line coming down, And when I stand in front of the binocular case, you'll see that you can actually see the fishing line a lot more because it's going over the object. Now, you can see the object floating. I've actually lined the fishing line in line with the cladding join. So as you are looking at the fishing line, it lines up perfectly with that join line, which means that it becomes a lot more hidden, seamless. And as you can see, as we start to come around, the fishing line appears. So if you have any edges, for example, edges of walls or whatever it is and wherever it is you're filming, if you can utilize those edges, it means that you can hide and disguise what it is that you're doing to create the shot that you're looking to create. So yeah, a little tip there for anybody that's working on that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spin it around like that and then film it. So that's now filming. I'm just going to let that run for 15 seconds because that is the amount of time that we have on the stories. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the frame. I'm going to remove the invite and continue filming in that exact frame because we're going to be essentially masking where the fishing line is with a blank clip. That way we can get rid of the fishing line completely. Right, let's go around to the computer. So the first thing I'm going to do is airdrop this to my computer. So 15 seconds worth of footage. Command B, that blades the clip. Command X gets rid of the clip. I'm now going to layer underneath. I'm going to go down to my effects and click on masking. I'm going to invert that mask. So if you take a look on the screen here, you'll see this little red mask line, and you'll see down at the bottom left there's two clips layered above themselves. Well, that is me basically covering up from the empty clip to the full clip. So now you can see that just floats and you can't see any of the fishing line, which creates quite a cool effect. So the show begins. 7T Fall Winter 2021 to 2022 men's collection. This is the Todd's presentation. I've just finished watching the presentation because I thought it was 3 p.m. GMT, but it was 3 p.m. CET. So I said to Lids, just hold 5. I'm going to watch this presentation, then we can go for our walk. But that was absolutely stunning. It had all of the kind of textures, colours and patterns that I'm really into at the moment. It was really earthy. They had some great kind of like country style attire as well in there. So the collection was fantastic. So if you do want to check it out, it's going to be based on Todd's homepage. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can go and check that out. But anyway, we're going to get busy going walking. You want some food or are you okay? You little show pony. You on your barber blanket? I think we're going to go kangaroo feet. Oh, here we go. Oh, oh, no. Let's give a bit of encouragement. You ready? Here she goes. Kangaroo feet. 3, 2, 1. You little flirt. What do you want? She loves it. Also, we've had some better news regarding Lydia's nonna. I mean, it's still not great, he still has COVID, but he isn't on a ventilator, he is on oxygen, and apparently today he's really perked up, which is good because he's in high spirits. So it was nice to kind of get an updated. I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication. Lids, yeah? What else has Nonna got? Pardon? What else has Nonna got?
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia as well.
It's like a horrible,
yeah,
very serious combination.
bless his heart, but I think that it's probably better, isn't it, babe, than what we thought earlier.
Oh yeah, apparently he's in high spirits, but he was only admitted last night, so obviously he can
Anything could happen.
Yeah, anything could happen. And Debbie's got a friend who's a nurse who's going to FaceTime him with him to her later on today.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, so...
Okay, brilliant. So yeah, it's a slight improvement, I guess. I mean, it's just pretty shit, isn't it, altogether? Excuse my French, but it is better than the news we had heard this morning. So yeah, fingers crossed everything works out. But anyway, we are going to go out. We're actually going to be taking Porter as well in his little carrier. He's not allowed to go onto the ground yet because he hasn't had his second injection, so he's going to be carried around, which I'm sure he will thoroughly enjoy, and yeah, see the world for the first time as well, because he's not been out before, like out. We've kind of just let him out in the patio by our back door, and that's about as exciting as it's got for him. So yeah, if it gets too cold for him, we'll come back, but hopefully we'll get a decent walk in, maybe, we'll see. I've just taken off the dead cat, so you might have noticed the sound's just changed, but we're going for a walk and I don't want to carry it around with me, so isn't that right, Lumi? Making life easier. Lydia is just getting Porter ready. Oh, you're putting your golf jumper on?
It's his warmest one.
Looks like all he wants to do is have a nibble on you. You putting your golf jumper on?
Come on, little man, you gotta be warm.
Very nice. Look at you handsome fella.
Oh, you're gonna go say hello.
It's not as exciting when the dead cat's not on there, is it? You ready to go out for your first little adventure? Well, apparently you're into your belly rubs today. Wow.
Someone's already wriggling.
I don't know if he's going to settle in here.
Come on.
Are you ready to see the big wide world? Are you ready?
I'm ready to chew everything.
I'm going to get him a toy. Chewy. I think it's my favourite thing when the squirrels try and like pole dance rather than proper latch on. Like this. So you're trying to stay on the pole and eat rather than just completely commit to one of the feeders. So you'll see his little bottom legs, they'll slide down, he'll pull himself back up and he'll continue. So funny. I don't know why you didn't just latch on, mate. Making a lot of work out of that. Well, it's very sludgy. We've had quite a lot of water recently, so that probably explains why. But Lydia and Porter are chilling.
I look like the bag lady. I don't know why I bought a bag. I've got everything in my pockets now.
Yeah. Look at his little face. Having fun, mate. To think this is the first time he's seeing the world.
I know.
He must just be like, what is going on? One day you'll be in that without hesitation.
No. He's a bit of a wet blanket, isn't he?
Yeah.
Although he's got so much better since when he first arrived going outside. He actually like goes off and explores now rather than climbing my boots.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be no time at all, really.
That's what it's looking like on the ground at the minute. Oh. A little bit squelchy. Porter's just been meeting the goats. Are they coming? The little floppy ears. So the question that we're all thinking, are your arms hurting yet?
Not at all.
They're fine.
He doesn't really weigh a lot. Do you want to try carrying it?
Can do, yeah. I'm going to put my camera away. Look at his face.
He's like,
are we home
take
yet?
me home, woman.
Bless him.
I think you're getting tired, aren't you? But
Yeah.
there's so much you want to look at. Not like yesterday. Yesterday, Mummy and Daddy had a bit of a slip up. Too much sleeping was done yesterday, wasn't it? Sleepy head.
So we've just got back and Lid's is taking Porter out to do his toilet, which he's currently doing, and I'm filming him doing it. Oh, lovely. Feet all in it. Lovely. This evening, Lids and I are having jacket potatoes. What do you want with yours?
Tuna and cheese.
Tuna and cheese. Lumi's looking at me like, I'm going to tell you what I want.
She wants tuna with
She does want tuna.
We always have to get extra tuna.
Okay, so we're going to do tuna and cheese, jacket potatoes for dinner, and then Lids has a puppy training Zoom call.
Yes. If I don't have a specific question to ask on it,
Yeah.
I won't go on it because I can watch it back. It's all recorded.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I don't feel like I have a specific question to ask. I feel like we're making progress in the areas that we're focusing on.
Right.
So yeah, I might watch it later.
I have my Haynes B manual to refer to because I was sent over a list of questions that I need to answer ahead of next week's session, so I'm going to work my way through those today because I'm not sure if I'll get time during the week ahead of that, so I'm going to do that. Lumi is completely loving being on Mummy's lap, aren't you, darling?
Happy little Pippi.
Yeah. You had a good day. We've got the fire blazing, and of course, by now, I'm sure you've got the gist. We are watching Downton Abbey. We are actually currently on season 6. I think there's 7 seasons in total, so we are slowly coming to an end.
No, I think there's only 6.
No, I think there's a season 7.
Is there?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Check. Anyway, whatever season it ends on, we're getting close to the end. It has to be one of the best series that I've watched. I much preferred the production of The Crown, like the videography and the cinematic feel that The Crown has. It just is like on another level. It's just so good. But the storytelling, the writing, the script of Downton Abbey is just insane. There is so much that happens. There's so many dramas. They're feel good but relatable dramas in some senses, I guess. Not talking about personally, but like in life. I think that they cover some really kind of relatable topics, and there are some sad moments, but lots of really feel good moments, and it definitely evokes emotion watching it, which I rarely get like as much as I've got out of Downton from any series. Like there are moments where you're like wow, or oh my god, like whatever, but Downton, it kind of feels like in most episodes something happens that gets you. So really impressed with Downton Abbey, and we're actually watching it on Amazon Prime. I was having a chat with my friend the other day, and last year I did a Netflix series on AliGordon.net and really enjoyed doing it. I covered a couple of series that I really enjoyed. Got some great feedback as well. So I said in 2021 I wanted to continue. However, I'm going to expand it. It's not going to be a Netflix series. I haven't quite thought of the name yet, but it's going to be a series that covers Sky, Amazon Prime, Netflix, because there are some really top quality shows that are happening across all of them at the moment. So I don't want to kind of pigeonhole myself into Netflix and miss out on sharing some really fantastic ones. So for example, I know Downton Abbey is not a new series, it's been out for a very long time now, but that's an Amazon Prime series, so I want to be able to talk about things that I'm really enjoying. And I would highly recommend to anybody that's looking for a new series that's quite lengthy and they want to really get their teeth into, to watch Downton Abbey. I think the next one that we're going to watch is Bridgerton. I heard some great things about that series as well, so yeah, that will be next on the list. I'm going to go do that tuna because any minute now the alarm is going to go off on the oven. So this is what good husbands do. They give the cheddar to their wife and they'll take the hit with a red Leicester. I do like red Leicester, but not on a jacket potato. I prefer the cheddar. So serious brownie points for me then. Springbok. Oi! You come from my dead cat. So Lumi's going to show you how to clear a fence with ease. Oh, the jealousy. Oh, look at the little...
He's like...
Good luck with your little legs.
You will never be big enough to get over that. I'm so sorry.
Well, I feel like I should be saying good morning to you, but I woke up this morning and I was very tired. We had a bit of a noisy puppy. It's the first time since Porter's been here, which is actually pretty good, come to think of it, that he's actually woke up in the middle of the night. So we had a 3 o'clock or 3 a.m. should I say wake up call. We're now paying for it.
because we're very, very tired. I can't grumble too much because I think we've lucked out with all of the other days that he has not done that. So that was quite an experience, but it's been quite a slow start to the day. We found out some more news regarding Lydia's nonno. Unfortunately, it looks like his health is declining. He's now on even more oxygen. It looks like he's on the most amount of oxygen that you can put a person on, something like 75% or 75. I don't know if they read that in a different number. It's not looking great, which is really, really sad. And we're just trying to keep a little thought of him in our minds all the time at the moment. So another reason why I didn't pick up the camera today. It looks like we are going to be pushing upwards of 30 minutes anyway. So I thought I'm going to jump on, wrap up this video, just keep you updated anyway with Lydia's nonno. Fingers crossed he's going to be okay, but only time will tell. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.